Hey everyone, Wanderbots here, and welcome to Garden Story. It is a super lovely little... It's like puzzle and like old school Zelda-ish. I guess really I can say it's just kind of old school Zelda-ish in terms of like base gameplay, but a little bit more focus on secret finding, puzzles, and actually like character development and plot.
And building a community.
Yeah, and so you start in, I think, a much smaller area and you're slowly like clearing it and building back up again so people can go back out into the world and, you know, have a nice environment to be in, question mark. Anyway, so it's available on Steam and the Nintendo Switch now for 20 bucks. And I guess the last thing before we get going is thank you to Disobey, Rose City Games, and to Picogram. There we go. I was like, I know it's not Pictogram. But I had to confirm. But thank you for sponsoring this stream and also these videos, because this is going to get posted on YouTube afterwards. Anyway, let's dive right in, and we can talk more about this as we go along. This is a game I've been following for, gosh, I don't know, actually know how long. I saw like oh, start a new game.
Yep.
I have to actually press it. I thought it was loading.
We have a little enamel pin over there.
Yeah, we do.
In our beginning, there was the Grove. Oh, that's such beautiful artwork. Timeless, supernatural, and sentient. It is the foundation of our home and the source of our existence.
Yeah, I just saw them randomly, I think, shared on Twitter, back before they were even affiliated with Rose City Games. And
That
it
is
was
such
like
gorgeous
pixel art exactly like this, and I was just like, oh man, that looks gorgeous. You know, I don't even care what this game's going to be, I want it. And so I've just been following them for ages, and we actually got to talk to their composer at a industry party back in the before times when you could go outside and not be scared of people.
A tree so large and overflowing with mana, it spilled over, populating its foundation with our peoples. Oh no! Did they really chop it down? And look at all the pollution.
Wow.
This is terrible. That time has ended, and the grove is now silent.
I'm blown away by the audacity of, like, chopping down your giant tree that, like, sourced your civilization.
Well, isn't it supposed to be metaphorical for our own planet?
Yeah. And, you know, almost to some degree, I kind of wish it was easier to see the damage, like, in this exact circumstance, because, like, you can't not look at that tree and be like, boy, we messed up a little bit. Whereas, like, I think it's kind of easy for a lot of people nowadays to just be like, you know, what's pollution? You know, they don't even notice that the lovely view of, like, the valley that was around them is gone and it's been replaced by kind of atmospheric haze and stuff. You know, that it's easier to disassociate yourself from the problem because you don't see it as much.
And also, as people become more isolated and insular, they might not even go out to the wild spaces or even care to look at the ground or walk along the oceans and beaches and see the refuse and the destruction. But in any case, so the grove is now silent. Malevolent, oozing rot has seeped in, seeking to separate us from our greatest protector. Many heeded the rot's challenge, rallying the grove to a time of bravery and action. Wait, but I thought that they were all plants. I see a pear and then frogs.
There's definitely frogs.
Frogs?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of sentient plant people, but I know there's at least frogs.
Each guardian, exploring a new horizon of life's many possibilities. More stepped up for the community. For the first time, we truly grew. To most, it was their first time fighting. The meek forged their spirits in combat. When the island grew weaker, their desperation and hubris spelled demise for all but two. Heroes of our world forever lost, chasing the final horizon beyond our island. The grove, ever mourning, wants for a new guardian to lead them. In a new age of turmoil, fate focuses on Concord, the youngest of Spring Hamlet. A quiet gardener, few words, and fewer aspirations. No,
So cute.
Little Concord. I like it how few aspirations. Just
Knife, fridge, leaf.
leaf bed.
That is Concord's life.
Well, and
That
the garden.
knife is precious. This is only one.
Check the kindergarten vine. Interact with the vine. The leaves are a little wilted. They could use some dew. Oh, do you get the dew from the dew fountain to the right?
I'm gonna get it from the fridge.
Inside lies Concord's rucksack and an empty jar. Take them. The tool shed is now empty.
Oh, we just live in a tool shed.
Obtain your working tools.
Okay.
I
cook
think the dew
jar.
is on those droplets all around. See how it's raining and everything's bubbled up?
But well, I guess. There
Oh,
we go.
there's the well. Never mind.
Oh.
Obtain some morning dew.
Tap dew.
Tap the dew.
More dew. Do the dew. I'm going to assume it's full. Yeah. It says I've got 2.
Check the vine. Enchanted by dew. It doesn't look nearly as wilted as before. Oh, right. Isn't water supposed to be manna that's just flowing?
Oh, maybe?
Yet it still refuses to grow. Plum.
Concord, you
Oh,
busy?
I didn't know what plum was.
I don't know. I just heard kind of a
Oh, okay,
in the background.
sure.
Concord, you busy right now? Come say hi to old Plum.
Green as ever. Yay!
Okay, anything else? There's just stuff I want to look at. I really like the simplicity of the pixels. You know, a lot of pixel art tends to be kind of gritty looking. Evening, Concord. Looks like you've been working hard. You toil so much for a vine that refuses to grow. Oh, geez, have you been locked up here this whole time? Let me get this gate open for you. I'm really sorry about that. Nothing here works like it used to. Not since we lost Alio. My work is good and honest, yet even with all the effort, it seems like the grove is still slipping away. Oh, at least I can come back here for you. Here to you for a breath of fresh air. You never asked me for anything. Sorry for getting here so late. Got caught up with some trouble in Bell Row. Gonna make it up to you, though. I've got a gift for you. Granny Smith just completed it, and it's ready for a pickup in Hamlet. I know you don't usually travel outside the garden, so take this map. I don't want you to get lost. Spring Hamlet is just southeast, right through the riverways. I labeled them on the map already, but you have the pleasure of charting the rest of the grove.
Map get.
Chart grove. We cute. More do, tap do.
What are the ones that are bubbling and glowing?
I don't know.
Looks like you can approach one across the bridge.
Let's see. Oh yeah, directly.
What is that?
No, it doesn't look like it can do anything with it.
Just environmental?
I don't know. I poured water on it, but it didn't do anything. The one down there looks like it has a face.
Yeah, some
But
of
with
them
like
do.
3 eyes, it's kind of creeping me out a little bit. But yeah, I want to go back to gushing about the pixel art here. You know, with so many other pixel art games, it's a lot of pixels. It's very dense. And there's a ton of details. This is like so clean, and I'd almost say it's like vector art.
Well, the thing is, the pixels don't have stiff borders around them, so if they're all the same color,
They do a little bit.
then they become flat.
Yeah.
And then you have, I really love look at all the layering that they did for those leaf textures.
Yeah, on the ground.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shimmy onwards. Retrieve the gift.
What's this? I don't know.
It
A lot
looks
of
like a heart or a diamond. No, it's a diamond floating around in a bubble
Weird
of some
bubble?
sort.
Yeah.
Rana. Whoa, Concord. Getting bored of watering plants all day? Never too late to join the rest of us in Hamlet. If you ask me, we have enough greenlings already. I think we could use more frogs in the grove. Do us all some good. Good to see you stepping out of kindergarten. Oh, garden. I mean, I suppose kindergarten.
Yep.
Eh. Finally in your rebellious phase? Don't worry, I won't tell Guardian Plum you're sneaking out. Might want to be careful. I saw him around. Anyway, it's getting late, and the rot's starting to pop up. You know how they get once the sun sets. Don't want to see a tiny gardener fighting rot with their bare hands. That'd be pathetic. So the greenlings are the plant people. And then the frogs are the frogs. But the rot comes out at night.
Yep. I'm noticing like kind of the light AoE around me. Oh.
Spring Hamlet's abundant waters polish our underwater sediment every day. Those able to douse our rivers will find an abundance of uniquely strong rock materials. River stones.
Oh, that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
I always like that when we're...
The stump is sparkling as well back there. Did you notice it? Oh, it's night.
Yep.
You can't venture out of town?
Not currently.
Is that Sita?
Sita.
Oh, tiny Concord in the hamlet.
Over here, Concord. I hope you like it. Is that a zombie?
That looks like a turnip or a radish, and
Go on.
Whoa, Tumshi.
The rat is stirring in new ways. I can hear the rumbling in the pits of the library. There it goes again. Will I ever feel safe again?
What the heck?
Well, the rot's in the library.
Yeah, I know, but why do we have a zombie turnip just hanging out next to us?
I think
maybe it's just spooked.
I think they are very spooked.
I see. I'm just supposed to go in here and grab this. I thought he was literally giving us a zombie turnip.
Mm-mm. Oh, Granny Smith.
Sweet little Concord, come to bless my little shop? Plum told me you'd be visiting here. Paid me a pretty price to make this for you.
I'm switching to the more comfortable chair. Just because.
Everyone's talking a lot about the Grove's condition, and we're all worried about you. Ron has been talking about getting you out of the kindergarten. You're all alone there, and these rot are spelling dangerous times, eh? And a tender grape could use the protection. Still, it's a lot for Guardian Plum to be equipping the youngest of Hamlet with a weapon. There have been a lot of mix-ups. Villagers have been moved around everywhere to accommodate the encroaching rot. Even now, it's harder for any of us to catch a break. Too much rot everywhere, right?
Yeah, one of the specific points that they had brought up, the developer said that they were trying to bring awareness to people who've been misplaced by by climate change and conditions.
It's
Droughts.
not actually something that is frequently recognized, the idea of climate refugees, because you see a lot of games that kind of have like a green message, they're destroying the planet and look at all this pollution and stuff, but
Usually it's war that's forcing people out of most fantasy games.
Yeah, but I know
But many of those conflicts are caused because of dwindling resources and mismanagement.
Anyway, did you finish this?
Oh, if the vine refuses to produce more greenlings, you may very well remain the youngest of us.
Oh, so he's tending to the vine that grows more of...
Correct. So that
their
vine
kind.
is effectively the parent that spits out more greenlings, and it's not outputting anymore, so yeah.
You should come by more often. We barely see you, Concord. Tumshi could use a comforting friend. Plus, a dedicated gardener like you will have need for a spade later, just like Plum. And if you ever get tired of gardening, we have no shortage of other work to be done.
Oh, we got a pick.
Yeah.
Gather items from the environment by whacking them.
I suppose it's more of a fencing pick?
Oh. And wooden hammer, sturdy tool intended for building, slow to swing but covers a large area. And other things. Ooh. I know this game has some extra progression systems, but still.
Good night, Concord.
Oh, and Plum has abandoned us. Oh, Tumshi is not... Yeah, I think Tumshi is just freaking out.
Mm-hmm. Poor Tumshi.
Poor Tumshi. Let's talk to this thing.
Weber.
Whoa, if it isn't our reclusive gardener.
Oh no, Plum.
I'm sure Granny Smith had some choice words. They made me pay extra to make it for you. Even a harvesting tool like the pick carries the connotation of battle now. I think it worries some to know that a secluded grape like you is readying for combat. Let's head back to the kindergarten before it gets too late. But try out your new pick, just in case we run into something. Hit rock? Cannot hit rock. I mean, maybe I could hit rock, but still.
Wait, is that the library or something else?
Maybe. I think they want me to mostly follow the path right now.
Well, I remember... Let's see. Oh, so that's a stamina meter?
Yeah. There we go. Ooh.
Sap, a twig.
So that must mean there's a fairly substantial amount of crafting. The demo didn't cover this part, and honestly, there have been so many games between the me and the last time I played this. Uh-oh. All right, Concord. You have your pick, but I want you to use it now. It may be good for gathering, but I want you to be able to defend yourself. Please, Concord, squash these rot. I'll keep you from getting too hurt. Just show me what you got. Don't worry.
Ah, so the rot's this viscous slime material. Oh, and they create spikes.
Yep. Oh.
Wait, was that a little rot that came out?
I think so, yeah.
So they are very much like slimes.
Nasty things, aren't they? Under the moonlight, they grow more resistant to our force. Greenlings may be born from the sun, but rot before the cover of night. Watch your step. I don't want you to get stuck in their goop. Are you okay, Concord? I am fine. You did really well. I'm proud of you. They say the pick was the first tool hamlet villagers used to fight. Seems fitting for you, gardener. I know you're not used to combat, so if you have any scuffs, might want to pull out your jaw. It's a good idea to always be using dew. It's for much more than just tending to the kindergarten vine. Just one drop is all you need to make at least some of your wounds disappear.
Whoa! Plum is giving out weapons? I want one too. Gotta tell everyone, Plum is cool now.
Not like that, Rana. Get out of here. You already have a pick. Concord, let's head back to the kindergarten before we get sidetracked. I don't want more rot to pop up. It sounds like he's probably... I'm not going to say more reactive.
Oh, look, you did damage the rock.
I did. No, it's got an armor of 1.
Ah.
So I did no damage to it because I need to do more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Is it up through here?
Not gonna talk to Rana?
I guess.
Plum seems a bit more touchy than usual. Keep an eye on them for me, okay, Concord?
Alright, it's double tap to roll. You know, I think you're doing great, Concord. I know you're still new to the Grove and the villagers may baby you a bit much, but I know they all look up to you in their own special way. Your new pick should be mostly used for gathering, but there will be times of danger. The rod may not always carry ill intent. This voice makes me yawn. Always.
Uh-huh.
Anytime I have to do it, it makes me sleepy. May not always carry ill intent, but the damage they do is real. Since Cain picked me as a guardian, resisting them is all I've really known. With what little you know of the Guardians, how do you feel of them? I'd like to be one.
Well, wait a minute, wait a minute.
We know it's going to be Concord's fate anyway, so we might as well just go all in.
The thing is, didn't most of them get eradicated from infighting? So weren't the Guardians
Was it infighting?
bad?
I was too busy looking at the pixel art, so I think it might have...
I thought they said that they didn't manage themselves well. And I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. I have no idea. Oh, that's okay. Sorry, perhaps I asked too much of a greenling so fresh. You've barely ventured outside the kindergarten, much less the hamlet. If only you had a glimpse of what the entire grove had to offer. I've talked to Elderberry. We've decided to move you out of the kindergarten. You may have some concerns, but I think you need to be around the others. Your role here may have been sacred, but the kindergarten vine is no longer producing greenlings. We're no longer needed here. That much I'm sure you've known. For a while now. Tomorrow, pick up your things and meet me in the bend. It's high time you live as the rest of the hamlet does, and I'm sure you'll come to enjoy it.
Oh,
That's what you get. Well, keep watch for a bit longer while you sleep. Who knows where the rot will strike next?
I wonder what was up with that plant.
Don't know, but it needed a good slap.
No, it closed up, but I wonder then what its purpose is.
It was being sassy.
No. Wander. No.
Look at it. Look at it. That
No,
plant
no.
is smug.
No,
It looks at the sun and it judges it. It is unimpressed with the magnificence of our beautiful sun. It gives us life and hope and more plants. It spurns its creator. Wild.
The perpetual rain is interesting. I
like
I
it.
haven't heard rain in such... Well, okay.
I know.
I've heard rain more recently than you have, and it was deluges of rain.
I miss the rain.
And I
It's-
got to hear thunderstorms, which you haven't heard in an especially long time.
And we had like a little bit of thunder once, and it was just like, oh, that was lovely. And then just haven't since.
For those of you who don't know, we live in the Pacific Northwest,
Lovely place.
outside of Portland.
However,
But
climate change is wrecking it, and it sucks.
it's it's going to be 100 degrees today.
Oh, no, it's
today,
already
right?
100 degrees
It's already
out.
100 degrees today
Yeah.
right now. Fortunately, we have air conditioning, but not everyone in our
Does?
area does, especially because typically it's not supposed to get above 80s, or at least it's traditionally wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. So before we moved here, I asked some of our local friends, like from the area. It's like, yeah, how hot does it generally get? Oh, you know, maybe in the 80s occasionally. And like they had been actively complaining about like the
Just
thing
how
that
hot it is.
sold me on moving here. Here, I'll pause this for a second. The thing that
We're from the
motivated me
Northeast.
to move.
We're from the Northeast for perspective. So
Yeah.
we're used to snow, we're used to rain, we're used to...
Yeah. And so
We had lived in Kansas for a while to get on our feet with YouTube, and it was hot in the summer, but it was the 90s hot.
yeah, it wasn't like too brutal, but it was just kind of the summers weren't that pleasant in Kansas. They were okay, but I didn't like being outside. And I had seen our friends complaining about how they're having like an 80-something degree heat wave and it was so hot and it sucked. And I'm like, I looked at the thermometer and it was like 90-something in Kansas, and I'm like, oh, can we move to Portland? And then they effectively, like, our apartment poisoned us and chased us out, so we're just like,
Well, no,
okay.
they didn't chase us out. It's
Well,
there was also the ongoing noise complaints from the company
it was
across
a bad
the street.
apartment complex, but they
that-
decided to do a bunch of chemical spraying in a closed apartment downstairs, which all of those went up into our apartment, which was terrible.
In any case, we left, we arrived here, and every single summer it has been
Hotter and hotter
eternally
already.
sunny, dry, no rain. It's upsetting. And there's also last year we had the fires
Yeah.
nearby.
I mean, we got the fires this year. They're just not near us yet.
Yeah.
But that was like my birthday last year. We've got a whole month for things to go absolutely terrible. And it's awful. Climate change is real, and anybody that tells you otherwise is probably evil. Dear Concord, thank you for coming. I know it's a big change of pace, but we've tried our hardest to make this a new home for you. Have this bench. It's a nice upgrade from that shack in the kindergarten, at least. And a place like the Bend always has a nice flow of dew. Lob and I have a few more things to talk about. Rana, why don't you show them inside while we talk?
You're with me. Heart.
Take your time. We have a lot to talk about.
I thought that all of the depictions of elderberries that we have, aren't they supposed to be a kind of a golden color?
Maybe?
We have the little elderberry, or is it elderflower?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the elderflowers. I'm wondering, So do the flowers and the berries have different flavors entirely that can be used in drinks?
Maybe?
Oh, so the elderberry is dark purple.
I'm a Google.
Because I think we have an flower syrup or
Elderberries. They are little bunches of kind of a dark... No, you can just see them.
I see them.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if we have then what is the weird syrup that we have downstairs that's golden color?
So...
Is that elderflower?
Maybe?
Anyway, tastes good.
So elderflower, I don't know if they have anything... What is elderflower? I don't know if they're the same thing.
They might be completely different.
They might be completely different.
Completely different.
Let's see. Anyone who says climate change is not real is either malicious or simply just misinformed. Don't ascribe malice to what can be easily assigned to incompetence. The thing is, though, like, at this point, I don't know. I have trouble with this. Because most of the people that I find that are so, like... There is a maliciousness in misinformation nowadays that... I'm related to a lot of people that actively seek out misinformation that confirms their twisted viewpoints. And at that point, is it misinformation or is it like willful ignorance, dangerously willful ignorance? And I'm sure there are quite a lot of people that don't know, but at this point...
The other thing, too, is there are also people who they are able to enable and to continue supporting and fostering industries and things that continue to abuse the planet and contribute to climate change and stuff. And at that point, then they're being an active contributor.
I keep seeing people like really cheering for Bezos rocketing into space, and it's just like, we need that money to fix this planet, not fire some rich jerk into space. Anyway. This game is going to make us very real constantly.
Well, and we haven't really gotten into the... Well, I mean, we know that they destroyed the tree. We just haven't gotten to the part where we learn the motivations for destroying the tree.
No, we haven't even gotten to that point. This game is
going
to be twice as long because we keep talking about stuff.
Consumerist greed. That's what it's going to be. Okay, in any case, meet you inside. Whoop.
Don't get too excited. This place was a total dump before we got it set up. But I'm sure it's still way fancier than that shack in kindergarten. It's not a home without a pillow leaf to sleep on, of course. When you're done for the day, you can come here and rest your tired eyes.
Huh. Elderflower and elderberry come from the elder plant.
Ah,
And I think
so they are related.
The rest of the plant is actually poisonous.
And yet the rest of it's so, like, the berries and the flowers.
It just kind of makes sense, though.
Things.
You know, if the flowers and the berries are edible, you might have some creatures that get a little too munchy on everything else. But by making the rest of it poisonous, they'll carefully go for the parts that the plant wants them to eat.
The plant only wants you to eat the berries to spread the seed, and then the flowers inevitably become the berries.
Yeah.
So I suppose it just must be humans and whatnot that decide to eat the flowers. But yeah, a plant would not incentivize eating their body because at that point they wouldn't be able to conduct photosynthesis and continue to grow.
Yep. Did you do this one?
Yep, I did.
Or, you know, do what I do and just sit and think about cool things all day.
Oh, when Rana's talking, she's got a white outline around her. It threw me off. I'm like, why is she the only one that has this thick white outline? But no, it's because she's talking. That makes sense. I like that.
Fuji repaired this old well here for you to use. You're probably used to using one to keep the vine fresh. But you'll be using it on yourself after you get hurt. To make sure that you have plenty on hand. if you collect any new clothes, you can change them out here. For when you want to look your best.
It's going to be interesting to see what clothes look like on Concord. Are they going to be hats?
I hope it's hats.
And maybe some trunks?
I
don't
would love
know.
it if you got boots. Like cute little booties that are absolutely too large. Or like really muscly arms for some reason.
We've got a box here for our village storage. You can deposit your harvest into any of these boxes to save them for our town. Gotta keep your backpack nice and free for more resources. That's pretty much everything we were able to haul in here. Take a look around. But don't get too comfy just yet. Let's go round up those geezers before you doze off. I'm sure Elderberry had a few more words. They always have a few more words.
I've liked how so far all of the characters have been neutral.
Yep, it's hats. Hats and bags.
No bags, no hats.
You mean,
The they, thems.
yeah.
For
Well, I
everyone.
think that's intentional
it's
for this whole game.
It makes sense for berries
Yep.
and plants.
Oh, I see. I can break this. I wish I was more in the habit, if that makes sense, of using like fully gender neutral language.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult. You know, you spend what, 20. Gosh, how many years? Oh,
Oh, look at that. What is it? Is it something
I think
you
we
can
get
build?
to build stuff. Yeah. So there's sandbox elements to this. That all of the stuff that we
Oh,
harvest.
what's that a shrine to up there? It looks like a strawberry with a sword.
It's probably one of the guardians.
Or a tome. Oh, a guardian.
Yeah. But yet, I don't think we like really started. I'm not gonna say idealizing using more gender neutral terms for people. Like when did pronouns become like particularly prominent as far as like a conversation thing?
I suppose the thing is, I had watched and read enough science fiction in which it was more commonplace, even as far back as the 90s.
Yeah,
it
but there
it
was always
less
kind of
common.
that separation of fiction. But you know, nowadays, like most people have like he, him, she, her, they, them, or you know, zer, or anything like that, just to, you know, so people know what to call them. And I really appreciate that, but that's something that like I kind of wish I had grown up with, because it's so much harder to some degree to just like naturally default to, I'm not going to say proper pronouns because that's easy, but to default to like gender neutral over, you know, slight gendering things, just because you grow up with that for like 28 years.
It also doesn't help that as a society, when we were given toys growing up,
Very
it
gendered.
definitely forced everything to be gendered. And in case Elderberry.
Feeling better about moving, Concord. A few more days in this place, I know. A few days more, and I know this place will feel like home for you. When we first made this place, it was just for storage. Now our favorite sprout is living here.
I'd really like for you to be a more active part of the hamlet. Soon they'll need you for the coming days.
I'm having Rana take you around tomorrow.
It's just this voice. It just destroys me.
I think it's because yawns are in part dictated by your diaphragm and
Yeah.
the need to intake air. So I think the thing is you're potentially expelling that much more air when you're making a deep, hollow voice. So then your body goes, we need to replenish that air supply, and then
Yep.
it forces you to yawn.
I like yawning. It's comfortable. I just always feel kind of weird about it when I'm
When
on
you're recording,
camera.
because you don't want to say it's out of boredom, it's because
No, it's
you,
just...
you need more oxygen.
And I like yawning.
There you go again.
It's so comfortable.
I'm having Rana take you around tomorrow. I think a nice introduction to what daily life is like will be good for you. But for now, rest up in your new home. You look just a tad bit wilted. Or just a tad a bit wilted. Huh. And I want you to be ready for the next day. And be careful for rot that may gather here. They've been catching villagers off guard at night.
Let's talk to other people.
Yeah, look, there's a strawberry.
Silly. Ah, good day. Greenling. Don't squander it. Sorry if you want to enter, but
Wait, no. They have that kind of accent.
sorry if you want to enter, but this corner belongs to the Autumn Town Runaways. Don't worry, we getting by just fine without you, bugger. The lot's really thankful for you Hamlet people for giving us a new place to live. But it ain't our nature to depend on charity from softies like yourself.
Oh, look, is it a chanterelle mushroom?
Yep.
We just had chanterelles
We had those the other
yesterday.
day.
Except they were very chewy because they were the dried variety that you had to
I
reconstitute.
liked the chew. It was kind of fun.
You liked the chew?
Yeah.
Don't take it the wrong way. We just prefer to rely on the skills we brought from Autumn Town.
Oh, the well's all busted.
So, does Autumn Town have a bunch of mushrooms? It makes sense because mushrooms do tend to come out in autumn.
Yeah. Silly is a small pepper from the Philippines, FYI. Huh.
Oh, a city.
Free slot?
small
Oh, well, I
pepper.
can't do anything. Player
I
status,
like peppers.
village status.
Why are you not a pepper person? What do you...
I
what are-
like the sweet red peppers, but that's it.
Oh, okay. You're not much of a... Well,
Oh.
so does that mean you would prefer orange, yellow, and red peppers?
Yes.
All those sweet
Yep.
peppers, but you don't like green peppers?
Not as much. Oh, we actually have some stats here. This is a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. I'm excited.